Biggie. When Biggie was in LA, was he getting death threats?
We were getting threats all along, all around. The threats was continuous.
Do you ever feel responsible in any way? In any way?
I mean, the thing that I think I always feel some sort of, responsibility.
If he trusted Sean more, it would have been better. But he didn't trust him.
Former Bad Boy Records president Kirk Burrows recently called out Diddy's claims that he and Biggie Smalls was best friends, exposing the shocking revelation that Biggie did not trust Diddy, and there was even possibility of him leaving Bad Boy Records.
The way Sean says they were best friends after he was dead, nah, I didn't see that during the time we were working with him.
He revealed that all the stories Diddy has been telling of being close with Biggie was all imagined, since he never saw the two of them being close, and he knew that Biggie didn't trust Diddy. This information can be backed up with what Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, had said about Biggie wanting to leave Bad Boy Records. According to Gene Deal, who was doing an interview on DJ Vlad's blog, Biggie had other things going on before his untimely death and had made moves to leave Bad Boy for a lucrative deal worth more than $60 million. Deal alleged he saw Big's Bad Boy contract when he had to watch over Diddy's briefcase during a flight, and that it outlined Big's earnings in increments of $250,000 but left publishing income in Puff's possession. When he asked Biggie about it, the rapper allegedly told him about his new $62 million deal and all the money he'd make. He also claimed that Biggie planned to keep Lil' Kim under his wing and would have taken Deal along with him to the next label, but he believed the bodyguard was too loyal to Puffy. Since Biggie is no longer here, Deal's claims about his Bad Boy contract may be hard to verify.
Biggie. When Biggie was in LA, was he getting death threats?
We were getting threats all along, all around. The threats was continuous.
Gene had also previously claimed that Diddy had received numerous threats on Biggie, but didn't do anything about it, and Bad Boy president Kirk also said that they had received numerous threats from Tupac's fans and other people, but Diddy still allowed Biggie to go to that event that fateful night that caused him to lose his life.
Do you ever feel responsible in any way? In any way?
I mean, the thing that I think I always feel some sort of, responsibility.
Diddy has been telling stories of how the night went, but according to all other information, he might be hiding what really happened. In the years following the Notorious Big's tragic passing, he has often paid tribute to the rapper on social media, sharing countless throwback images of the pair together. And back in 2017, he told Wendy Williams he still felt a responsibility for Biggie's death, saying, "I think I'll always feel some sort of responsibility because I'm in this thing with him. He's my artist." He recalled a conversation he shared with the rapper right before he was killed, claiming that Biggie was supposed to go to London that night, but he talked to Diddy into not going to London and staying in LA. And even though Diddy's gut told him to let him go, he eventually had him stay in LA. He said, "That's something that really bothered me throughout my life. Sometimes you have to really go with that decision in your gut. And in my gut, it was like, you need to get on the plane. This is God's world. It's his plan. But honestly, that's one of the things I regret, is not making sure that he went to London." Now, both Gene and Kirk said that Biggie was receiving a lot of threats from all over, and there was even a rumor that he also got threatened that night, but Diddy chose to ignore all of that and let his artist be where he was receiving death threats. Diddy's former bodyguard, Eugene Gene Deal, claimed that the Notorious Big wasn't even killed in a drive-by shooting and that his killer was instead waiting for him all night, meaning that someone was serious about the threats they were sending, but Diddy just ignored. In a video published by YouTube channel The Art of Dialogue, Deal said he was traveling in a second Chevrolet Suburban with Diddy behind Biggie's car on the night of the shooting, and he said that there was no drive-by and that the car was standing there at a corner. He said, "The stories they tell is not truthful, and now people are sitting here believing every Biggie movie that you see, they say it's a drive-by. When the witness tells you the car was stood right there at the corner, the car was probably there all night." Deal previously said that he believed Wallace was not the intended target on the night he was killed, and this was also confirmed in an FBI investigation file obtained by The Sun in 2018, which made the same claim. Speaking with Vlad TV last year, Deal said he received intel earlier that day that people were out to kill Diddy, and he said, "I said to him, Puff, I've got some intel. The guys are coming to kill us tonight at the museum party." If he had already been told that there was going to be people out for blood for him and his team, Diddy should have made sure he protected himself and his artist. It's all allegedly, and maybe regardless of what Diddy had done, the results might have been the same. The Sun Online obtained the FBI investigation file into Biggie's murder and a possible cover-up by LAPD, and in the bombshell file, 2 witnesses tell FBI investigators that they believe P. Diddy was the original target for the organized hit. According to the files, Diddy himself also told officers how he received death threats prior to the shooting, and Eugene Deal described how a man he believed to be the killer approached Diddy's car shortly before the shooting. Deal alleged that he was forced to pull his gun out to force the man to back away, and the FBI statement explained how Biggie and Diddy were waiting for their cars to come around to pick them up when Deal noticed the unknown male. The document read, Deal noticed an unknown black male wearing a blue suit, white shirt, blue tie, receding hairline with hair cropped close, approach where Combs' car had just arrived. Deal claimed that while Diddy and others took pictures and mingled with the crowd, he intercepted the unknown male as he tried to approach Combs' car. Deal then pulled his gun out of his waistband and showed it to the man as to be telling him to back away. And once the man saw Deal's gun, he walked away from Combs' car heading eastbound on Fairfax Boulevard and got into a car that was parked on the corner exactly where Biggie was shot and, according to Deal, was most likely the car that committed the shooting. Deal then told how Diddy's car set off, and he told their driver to run the red light, which was standard security procedure to ensure the passengers would not become sitting targets. Diddy's car ran the red light, but Biggie's car, driven by Greg Young, who didn't work in security and didn't know the procedure, stopped at the red light for about 1 minute, according to the documents. The document said, the shooter hesitated for quite a while before shooting into Biggie's car, and because of this, Deal strongly believes Biggie was not the intended target, but that Diddy was. Because Diddy's car ran the light, Deal believes the shooter hesitated and probably realized Biggie was now in the spot that Diddy was supposed to be if he hadn't run the light. If the target was Diddy, it means he knows who was coming for him, but he never told the police because it's been years since Biggie passed away and no one was accounted for his murder. 50 Cent, who always has something to say about Diddy, claimed that the mogul knew who killed his legendary artist but has never talked. Biggie Smalls' death came at the height of his career as his debut album, Ready to Die, had been crowned the king of East Coast hip-hop 3 years earlier, and since he was signed to Sean Combs' Bad Boy Records, he had been pitted against Suge Knight's West Coast label Death Row Records, and unfortunately, the bi-coastal feud had already cost rapper Tupac Shakur his life 6 months earlier. That unfateful night, Biggie and his entourage went to a Soul Train Awards after-party sponsored by Quincy Jones and Vibe magazine at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Miracle Mile. And while Diddy claimed that his gut was telling him to let Biggie go to London, he later recalled that none of his Bad Boy Records peers felt the posh area posed any danger before Biggie Smalls' death. The fire department started shutting things down for being overcrowded, and Biggie and the rest left in good spirits after posing for pictures with fans. Trickling into 3 cars, Diddy and his bodyguards filled the lead the SUV while Biggie and his crew jumped into a Suburban, both trailed by security in a Chevrolet Blazer. After Diddy rushed through a yellow light on Wilshire Boulevard and Fairfax Avenue, Biggie and his security were left idling on red, sitting in the passenger seat, and that's when a white Toyota Land Cruiser wedged itself between the 2 cars, and a Chevrolet Impala pulled up alongside Biggie to fire 4 shots. Unfortunately, the shot aimed at Biggie shot him and he passed away. It was back in the day, but it's now out in the open that Diddy and Biggie were never as close as he pretends they were, and that Diddy already knew of the danger that was awaiting them that fateful night. A fan said, 50 Cent said Diddy knows who killed Biggie, but he's scared of those boys in LA. And Puff said nothing. Another said, Biggie and Diddy did an interview before he died, and you can tell Biggie was tired of him. Everything Diddy said, Biggie had a slick comment for it. Anyways, let's not forget that this video is based on theories and my opinions and should not be considered facts. That's it for this video. Bye.